To change. Hey everybody, welcome to Kats Creations private group. This is Sunday, April 7th, and we're going to be doing the lantern swag. Using the florals, similar florals to what we did for Friday night's wreath. So this could be used as a wedding, this could be used as a bridal shower, it could be used as a Mother's Day. What do we say? Bridal shower, wedding, Mother's Day, baby shower, or even spring. So I'm going to show you how we're going to be able to create a lantern swag that you can use as a centerpiece slash table runner, a wall pillar, lantern swag. I had like all four listed, I can't think. Lantern swag, wreath, pillar, centerpiece. I don't know, we'll figure it out as we go. So I want to welcome you to my private group. If this is your first private group tutorial, you'll notice that the view is a little bit different. You kind of get more of an up close and personal. It's a smaller group setting, which also means that you get to ask a ton of questions. So don't hold back. If you have questions about anything, let me know. These are the florals. I'm kind of separating them right now by type that we're going to be using, so I'll go over them before we start. What's wrong, Dave?
I'm just having issues. I mean, it's there, it's just I'm having trouble finding a group.
Okay, so are you in the right group?
Yeah, I know people are on too. So.
Okay, so Steve's just having issues with his phone again. So let me go over the items. So this is going to fit. Let me show you this. So this will fit a lantern, and my lantern that I use is 22 inches high. It is 6 inches this way and 6 inches this way, so it's a 6 by 6 square. So anything 21 inches or greater, and I'll show you how we'll secure it to the lantern. So if you're going out and looking for a lantern, you want to make sure that you have something with a little like knob on top, because we're going to need to have a way in which to be able to fasten it to the top of our lantern, and it can't just be the handle. So that is what we're doing. This is our prop for today. So this you could use as a wedding, like if we were doing a lantern swag, you could do this to incorporate centerpieces for every single one of the wedding tables. You could do it for the head table, which is what we did. You can do it a pair of lanterns and have that as part of the guest book table, or the bridal gift drop-off, whatever you want to call it. So it's multifunctional, and keep in mind that every bridal party is going to have their own colors. So we're just using the same ones based off of what we did last night. So are you up and functioning?
Yep.
Okay. So who's there?
Sharon, Peggy, Janet, Maureen, Cheryl, Dawn, Marcy, Kathy, Deborah, and Sandra, different Deborah, Shelley, Gail, Tamala.
Okay.
And that's it.
All right.
Hi everyone.
So thank you for joining me. This should be really quick. So the lantern swag layout is relatively similar for every single one you do, and a lot of people just like to look at it and watch so that they can see how the color combinations come into play. Usually what I try to do is show you different ways that you can utilize it and take pictures so that you can help the customer get a feel for the idea. And I've had people purchase this to use it as a wreath or a door swag first, and then they'll take it off and incorporate it onto their lantern swag later. So it's entirely up to them. But you want to be able to sell the idea that it's a multi-purpose item. It's not just a lantern swag. You can take it off and use it as a pillar swag or a door swag in lieu of a wreath.
Centerpiece.
Yeah, a centerpiece. You could use it as a runner down a buffet table for Mother's Day, because all the colors we're using are in that palette. So what you're going to need is greenery. So we're going to label this greenery that we got from Michael's as the Carrot Top greenery. I like it because it's very cascading. It's very thick. It kind of has a lot of crazy movement to it. It's very springish. So these Michaels carries, and I want to say, hold on, I'll tell you what the cost was. These were $2 each. So
they're normally $4, aren't they?
Yeah, they're normally $4. So right now Michaels has their Greenery on sale for 60% off. I don't know if that's still the sale as of today, but when you see these on the materials list, and I call it Carrot Top Greenery, this is what it is. So if you're going back and looking for the Greenery to make the Carrot Top tulip wreaths, it's the same thing. Now keep in mind, Michaels has two types. They have these short little bunches, and they have one that is huge. Like if you were to pull one of the pieces out, it's like this long. So obviously you don't want to get that one, and I think those start in like the $20 or $24 price range. So just the little piglet guys. So you'll need 2 of these. You know that we do an upper and a lower when we're doing lantern swag. So you'll need 2 of those. I'm going to use this leftover like artificial bamboo because I have just 2 pieces left. So I'm going to incorporate that and finally finish this off. This was from Hobby Lobby. And I think this week Hobby Lobby has all their florals on sale. So if you're looking for greenery and florals, this is the week from Monday through Saturday to purchase all of your florals at Hobby Lobby because they're all half off. So you can take advantage of that. So we're going to incorporate this. I have this little piece, I forget what they call it, just greenery bush, but I like it because it has a lot of the little white flowers on it. So we're going to incorporate pieces of this. We are doing our tiger lilies because we're doing, or day lilies. We're doing these because they were in part of our wedding wreath. So people could technically buy the wedding wreath and the lantern swag and have way multi-purpose. So we're going to be incorporating some of these. Obviously we're doing the blush roses. Now we went to Michael's yesterday to try to find more of these. They were out. They have the white, and I think they have like pink.
Peach, yeah.
Yeah, and pink. So you'll want to look for the ones that have these, and they're $5 for the whole bunch. So we're going to incorporate those. So I have a bunch of them in little pieces. I've already pre-cut down all my Queen Anne's lace. This is at Hobby Lobby. You can buy a big, huge bunch of it for $7.99. Half off is only $4. So you'll probably want to stock up on a ton of the white if you're going to do the florals. Then I have baby roses. These came from Michael's. These were $1 a piece. And then I had these. Did we get these? I think we got these at Michael's yesterday, and I believe.
The sticker's still on.
Is it?
Yeah, it's on the other side.
Okay. So these were 10. So at 60% off, these were what? 4? Yeah. So we're going to incorporate some of these into our lantern swag. So they also have pink. Again, like I said, they had the blush. So I've already started kind of cropping all my little pieces, making sure I have everything laid out in its little piles where they need to go. I also bring in, especially when doing the lantern swag, remember all those little tulip pieces I told you to save when we stripped them all down to do the awareness wreath, also the carrot? You'll want to bring all these back in because you can incorporate a lot of these greeneries by attaching them to the florals. So always grab your bin of greenery and use that up if you can. Ribbons for this one, I'm taking it back to the Mother's Day because I really like this peachy floral, and because we're doing lantern swag, we really can't incorporate a 2.5 inch ribbon, so I'm keeping everything 1.5. So we're going to do this one, we're going to do the canvas, we're going to do an ivory, we're going to do the green, and the coral. So a lot of these colors were left over from the Mother's Day, but it's also generic that we can incorporate these as part of the wedding slash. And then someone came up with a great idea. I think it was Caitlin. She said this could be used as a baby shower when you do it as a baby shower thing.
Yeah.
So you would just change out your florals. Obviously pink functions if it's a girl. You could incorporate any type of naturally, natural blue flowers. Like, I'm trying to think what comes naturally that's blue. Like blue bonnets. I prefer when I'm doing my florals to use things that come in nature that way. Not that are artificially like colored to match so that you can do an artificial floral. So any questions before we begin?
Nope, just a lot of gals saying welcome and hello everybody.
Okay, so obviously I'm taking all my tags off. That's kind of what I was doing before we started to make sure that we're good. And I'll try to get the materials list up for both by tomorrow. So
Susan says hydrangeas come in blue.
Hydrangeas come in blue naturally?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I know you can buy virtually anything, like they have blue roses, but
Yeah.
I've been trying to buy blue roses to put in my garden forever, and I don't think they come naturally.
No.
They're like a deep dark black or a purple. So I'm cutting down my fake bamboo. So this is where you're going to need, I use the 8-inch zip ties. You can use the 4-inch. So we are just going to fasten all this stuff together.
Hi, gals, just joining. Gail said Walmart had lanterns for either $8 or $9.
Oh, that's a good price.
They do, but they're only like 12 inches tall. Sometimes you need a taller one.
I like the 18 to 22 inches.
Tall, yeah.
So if we can keep it to that time or height, I usually tell people, like, if you're purchasing this, you'll want to put it on an 18-inch high lantern or taller.
With a top base or something.
Yeah, it has to have the knob. So it always has to have the knob. Okay, so in order to do this, we are going to be, rather than break all these down separately, I'm just going to leave these two together. You can kind of take your hand and just make sure that they're not all kind of,
Bunched up.
yeah, twisted around each other, that all the curly cues are where they need to go. And I like this one more for my top than this one. And keep in mind, when we're doing our lantern swag, we're building a top and then we're building a bottom. Usually the top has 2/3 of our florals, the bottom will have 1/3, but we want to incorporate the bottom too. You can't just leave that hang. So when we are zip tying everything together, we're kind of doing it like, almost like the, what is it, the tulip, or the carrot tulip. Same theory, we're going to be zip tying everything together. So these two, remember the size of our hand is the width of our bow. So you want to make sure that your hand, that everything that you're doing is up here or down below. And that the space in the middle, which is where all of our zip ties are going to go, is going to be where our bow is. So if you're looking, you might want to adjust your upper and lower. So I kind of like it like that. So I'm going to hold this together. I'm going to pull my lantern forward, and I'm going to, you don't want to hang it on the ground, so we want to have the majority of it on the top of our lantern, a little bit less on the bottom, but not hanging. And we want to try to contain it to where it doesn't go any wider than one side of our lantern. Like, we don't want it way out here and way out here, because if people decorate their lantern, we want them to be able to, whatever they're decorating the inside of it, to be seen. So if they're using a pillar candle, obviously, I would never use a lit candle to put artificial greenery on a lantern swag. I would use a battery operated candle for the look. But before you look at attaching, you will want to make sure, number one, that your glass works, that your door opens, that everything is functional like this one is. So we're actually going to be building it for this side, because this way the customer can go ahead and put things in, take things out, and then we're also going to make sure that the handle goes opposite of where we're going to attach our greenery. So it's going to go pretty much right there. So I'm going to push that out of the way. And then this is where we're going to take our very first zip tie, and we're going to zip tie these two together. So I'm not cutting down any of the greenery at this point. I am making sure everything is here. So if you guys have any questions, feel free just to let Steve know so he can make sure. Remember, this is my top, this is my bottom. So we're doing it just like we did the grapevine. We're laying in our base of greenery first.
Hi gals, just joining. Any questions, let me know.
So I'm going to come in right here, and I'm going to do one to the bottom, just like so, to kind of thicken it up so we have a nice good green base. And then we're zip tying this one together. So everything on a lantern swag or a on this particular centerpiece will all be done with zip ties. All of it. So we just zip tie and go. Okay, so here's my top, here's my bottom. This is where my bow is going to be going, so I'm good so far. So now we take our focal point flowers. So remember, we had our blush roses from yesterday. You can look at whichever one you want and decide if you want, I think I'm going to go more peach. So I'm going to put these, and they have wire in them, so we can get them to bend once we're done, but you want to kind of gauge your height. So I'm going to do one on the top, one on the bottom. You don't have to do one on the bottom. You could do a little bit smaller ones on the bottom. And I might do that. I might do like a little bit of the smaller ones. I think I'm going to do it like this. And then, this is still too big. So I'm looking into my my batch that I got from Michael's, and I'm just pulling apart the ones I want to use. So I'm going a little bit smaller to the bottom, a little bit bigger on the top. Kind of like
your ribbon tails are
they're gonna hang down.
The bottom,
yeah, again, depending upon what your preference is. So lantern swags for me have done relatively well. I usually sell all of my lantern swags, but I only make one. I don't know why I've done that. Probably to my own detriment.
Sharon asked how big are the roses?
Let's see.
The big ones look like they're 4 inches.
I'd say they're about 3. So you go from 10 to 13. So 3-inch head. So like 2.5 inches this way, 3 inches wide. So I'm going to do this up here.
So Sharon, the big ones are 3.5 inches wide. Smaller ones are probably 2 to 2.5 inches.
Yeah, and I'm just being picky. I'm just looking at the flowers I like. So I think I'm going to go with these 3. And then I'm going to do the smaller peach ones at the bottom. I don't know how that got there. I might take this one out. Maybe incorporate those. So like Steve says, you want to definitely take into consideration that the ones at the bottom, our ribbon tails are going to cascade around these, but this is okay. So I'm pretty happy with this look. So again, zip tie.
Susan said I was going to ask about sales. She's had no luck selling them.
What, the lantern swags?
Yeah.
It depends on how you market them. So you've got to show customers the various ways that they can be used. So I would take a picture of this a couple different ways. I would take a picture of it on the lantern. I would take a picture of it also
Outside.
Yeah, I do a lot of outside for the lantern swag because I don't want to see the background of my walls or the carpet. I will take it off of the lantern swag and kind of put it on a table, maybe dress it up to where you have plates and dishes on both sides, so that this could be, before we ever attach it to the lantern swag, this could run as a really nice centerpiece or a table runner. So you want to show them by taking pictures the various ways you can use it. So.
Yeah,
and
but every lantern swag you've made, you've sold pretty quick.
I sold all of them, but I only make one of each. So like this will probably be it. So I am marketing this in my keywords, spring, Mother's Day, bridal shower, baby shower, wedding. That's it. So you're trying to show people, look, if you buy this, you can use it in a wide variety of different ways. So this is how I have these set up. So I'm doing, we'll be able to move these around once we are happy with the way they look. So I'm going to take these, move these to the side, and now I'm going to come in with my medium size, and this is where you're saving all of your pieces. So if you want to add more greenery, you just add more greenery to your stems. So like this one can be a little prettier. So we're going to add these in here. So you're just going to kind of tuck them in, just like so. So we're going to take about 3. Let's see, here's a nice 3 one. We'll add some more. And you could take and add, I don't know, 3 or 4 pieces of the leaves to this and really utilize your greenery. So now you understand why we don't throw anything away.
Mm-hmm. Barbara asked, what's your price range for these that you can sell for the lantern swag?
I do them at $47. So I don't put, like, I've already calculated all the cost in here. So like all of these, I think the tiger lilies ended up, or the day lilies, I think ended up costing me, I'm trying to find the longy piece. Am I out of longs? Maybe so. So I'm gonna look at some other things I can add to here. These were part of a bigger bunch, and I think you guys have seen me use them on, I used them on the Easter. I used them on the Spring Floral. I've used them on what we made this week. So the cost is fairly inexpensive. Where are you going, babe?
Let's see if I can find any more.
What? Oh, I'm good here. He's so nice to go hunt down florals for me. Actually, I think what I'm going to do is just reconstruct this one and add the little greenery to the top for this one. So I'm going to add 3 of these. So see how we're adding that? We're just making it pretty. And I'm using all my leftover pieces from when we've done designs in the past. I've bought them, sweets. Thank you, though. And then I'll add this one to the bottom. Yes, I know it doesn't occur like this naturally, but we can just kind of dress it up a little bit.
So I think she answered your question, Barbara, around 47, you said, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
47 is what I would sell them for.
Oh, hi Melody. It's been a while since we've seen you on. She said, hi everyone, I just did my first live in my group. She was so nervous.
Wow, good for you.
Awesome, Mel.
Okay, so we're gonna add these. So I added 3 lilies to the top.
Hi Brenda. She jumped on. She said she'll have to watch the replay.
Yeah, I know Brenda said she wasn't feeling good.
Hope you're feeling better. Yeah.
So I'm gonna take
She hasn't
these.
been feeling good for the whole week.
Yeah. Well, I've been reading posts, so it must not be the season for people to feel good,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm just adding like 3 of these in various colors for the bottom. And then I'll take a couple of these and add more. And then I'll dress this one up with the big leaf at the bottom. So we're going to take this.
Barbara, she said around 47.
Oh, did she get the price?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't sell, I mean, I'm not overpricing it on this because there's not an awful lot of work involved. It's basically just playing around with your colors on a, you're kind of making your own like little wannabe rail with the stems.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just kind of filling these. So I'll do 3 at the top and I'm going to do 2 at the bottom. I'm looking for 1 more. Okay. And then of course on the pictures, I'm going to incorporate the photo with the wreath that I made and this, showing how you can have like a bunch of different looks with it. I'm going to do another one of these. I'm going to go this way before we add this bottom one. So I think I've used this on 4 different wreaths, 4 different looks.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just kind of, I'm like running this where I want it to go, which is I want it under here. So that I can kind of play with these, just like so. So you'll pull your roses out, you'll dress them whichever way you want. If you want this going more to the outside, you can do that. We'll add another zip tie down here to gather the ones that we just added to the bottom. And sometimes you're actually re-securing ones from the top. So we're creating a really good solid bunch. That we won't use. I think I'm going to come in with the small roses. So you really need as much of the stem as you can get down here. Oh, good. And this one has nothing. Okay.
Any questions so far?
So, and make sure you push your greenery up. We're going to add this to that. And then we're going to come in, make sure we push everything up. We'll add some roses here. Push these up. Pull our daylily forward. Kind of tuck these, the bigger one in the back. Like so. And like so. So, zip tie again. Everything is a zip tie. So you're creating a really nice thick bundle. If you get really good, you can just sit here and, you know, let them all lay here. Maybe put 1 or 2 zip ties on here, but I like reassuring myself that these are not going to come apart. And I'm going to leave this one here because what I'm going to do is take my Queen Anne's lace. And I'm going to come in here.
Are you going to put your Queen Anne lace on the above the roses or below?
Yes, I will. I'm doing the one on the bottom just because I'm securing. I have that one baby rose.
Mm-hmm.
So just like so. That one we're not using. That's okay, it's just the lid. So now I'm going to come in and look at adding some of this. In between here. I'm going to add some. I really want it in here. This is where you have to fight your greenery. Get it a little bit lower. So, I have one more piece for down here. So, kind of angling it in where I want it to go. And you have to move all your other florals around.
Gail said the countdown is on until Friday.
I know, I thought about you this morning. Did we not?
Yeah.
I just said, oh my god, I'm already like cringing for Gail.
Yep, she's meal prepped for 4 hours today. She said I'm prepared to keep on track with her Weight Watchers journey. She said she's lost 17.5 pounds since January. And in a pretty good state of mind knowing the pain will hopefully be gone. Us too, yeah,
We're praying.
hoping
That's
and praying
exactly
for you. I've never heard anybody having to go through knee surgery
3 times.
3 times for the same knee replacement.
Exactly. So there's my bunch here. And I'm gonna add, we added the Queen's Lace to the
Sharon
bottom.
said you are so important. I'm watching you in ACM. I don't know what that is. Ha ha ha.
What is ACM?
What's ACM, Sharon?
ACM. I don't know what that is.
I don't either.
And I think,
Sharon likes abbreviations.
I guess. I have to look everything up. If I had an abbreviation like that, I'd be like, oh, I gotta look up, what does that mean?
Sam said that's amazing. Congratulations, Gail. Yep.
I know, right? Okay, those are all staying in the green.
Oh, the country awards. Gotcha.
Oh. American.
American
Music.
country. Yeah.
Okay. Awesome.
Thanks, Sharon.
For all of us who don't know, right? So I'm just making sure these are all laying. So this is basically what we're making. Pull this around, just like so. And then we'll readjust the flowers once we actually get on the lantern. So see what I'm saying? Once you put your bow in here, it's already a centerpiece or a table runner. It's up to you if you want to add additional flowers. You could definitely do that. If you want to create something, and I think I do. I wanted one more up there.
Like a layered look.
Kind of. I just wanted one kind of up off the top. So. And then we'll just make our bow. Add our floral wire.
And fill where needed, right?
Fill where needed, right? That's why you need your glue gun out. So if one of your heads pops off your flowers, you can, glue it back on where you need to. So.
Janet said congratulations to Gail. She just joined online this week.
Oh,
I'm assuming
awesome.
she joined Weight Watchers too.
Who?
Janet.
Janet?
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to get on
do that. Yeah, we need to do
a
something.
program. Well, I signed up, I just haven't started it. Makes it really difficult when the people you're with don't want to do it too. Or they indulge and say, I'll go get Del Taco for dinner. I'm like, okay, Del Taco it is.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go ahead and, the bow that we're creating is what's called the funky bow, which means that loops have no real rhyme or reason. Lengths of tails might be short on one side, long on the other. And then you've always got to consider the tails are going to fall in a wide variety of ways. They can come up here and be short, or they can cascade and then kind of, loop in here. So whatever you want. So you'll see me do one side's long, one side short.
Kathy somehow was replying to Sharon. She has the ACMs on the TV and Cat on the computer. That's funny.
So I'm looking at this going, okay, I like, this is my tail length for here, which is, see, and yours might all be different. 12 inches. So I'm going to use my bow dabber just to hold everything.
Hi Judy, she said, my first time signing on since I joined the private group.
Well, thank you for
She said she's
joining.
been joined for about 6 months
It has never gone to a
before
private group.
joining. Yeah, I've learned a lot from you.
Oh, thank you, Judy.
And then Sharon said she's made swags years ago to go over mirrors and doorways and
Yes, you
more
can.
ideas. Yep.
See? There's more ideas. So you can incorporate this and tuck it behind a mirror.
And the corner of the doors. Yep.
Yeah. On the corner of a door, you could totally take this and bend it 90 degrees and have it as a door corner.
Even over archways, like rounded archways.
Yes. Just kind of loop it. So as you can see, I did a short and a long. And my loop on this one is 4 inches. And I'm okay with that. It has no rhyme or
Lots
reason.
of prayers for you and congrats on your weight loss. Hey Nancy, how you doing?
Nancy's on?
Yeah. Nancy's on.
Awesome. So I'm pulling all these different colors. So I'm going to go ahead and do this one. Hobby Lobby, by the way. So this week, Hobby Lobby through yesterday had all their ribbons and deco mesh on sale. So obviously, I'm going to do this one kind of short for my top. And then I'm going to do a bow. A bow.
Gail said, if any of the members are friends with me, I have posted pictures of the 6 meals she made today. All delicious, and my husband and son also eat everything. I don't portion my son's meals since he's so tiny.
Oh, there you go. And I think that's the major thing too. I think that our portion sizes, every time we go out to eat or anytime you order, I think our portion sizes have gotten way crazy.
Yeah, I owe you too much. Oh, Peggy asked Gail, who's your surgeon? So I'm sure she's probably replying back.
They know.
Yeah.
So our dovetails, remember, we fold them in half, wired edges together, and then we cut from the folded side to our point. And then that gives you a perfect dovetail. So I'm just not even measuring. I'm just randomly adding my loops. Sometimes I'll do it by hand and just kind of, randomly do my loops long, short.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna do this one.
Sharon, she brought up a good point. Actually, we did that, or you did that.
What's
She
that?
said, can you imagine a swag on an arbor and a cascade down for a wedding on both sides?
We did that.
We did that for our oldest daughter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She
made them
She sent us a picture on Pinterest and said, I want you to do all the florals and I want it to look like this. Okay. So, and then of course, that we've learned since then that if you're going to do something like that, you are not going to get involved in the rest of the prep of the wedding. Somebody else is going to do all the decorating, but we did all the decor for the reception. We did decor for they wanted a custom built arbor, so
I
thanks
built the
to
arbor.
Steve and Isaiah, they built the arbor. So gotta love it. The things you do for your kids. So I'm gonna do a double loop here on this one. I don't know why I wasn't doing that before. Sometimes you don't have to. So I'm just doing some long, some short. I might end up going back in and cutting additional ones. Oh, I want to add another one of these. So let me do a double on this one. And for me, it's just preference. I already have my color palette picked out. So I'm just going to make sure I have upper and lower bows. So I'll do this one here. And I'll let that one go about that long.
And Caitlin's on. She said it was all so gorgeous.
It was.
Everyone said so, including the camp coordinator.
Yeah. That's a way that you can actually get into additional work if you want. Doing that.
Yeah.
So we'll add another couple pieces of this. So we're just making a giant bow, and honestly, the bow and then adding the wire, that's it. So you're looking at this going, okay, table runner / centerpiece. So we'll do short here, and then our loop, and then we're gonna do another loop. And we'll let this hang a little bit longer. Okay, we're cutting.
Sharon asked, Kat, not on lately, but said you're saying, hope you're feeling better. She said, you okay now? Your flowers are beautiful.
I've been feeling better, so I'm hoping. A lot of the stuff that I'm trying right now is all natural.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm trying to do a lot of stuff with natural anti-inflammatories to reduce the swelling. So I'm taking turmeric, which is incredible for weight loss. So people who are looking to lose weight, it's a known factor that helps boost your metabolism by taking turmeric.
One thing I didn't know about is the pepper though.
Black pepper.
Turmeric and black pepper.
Turmeric and black pepper. Yes, sir. So that's what we are doing. And then I take frankincense, which you guys all know frankincense from the Bible. But in today's supplement, it's called boswellia extract. That's all it is though. Just frankincense. So I'm just going in and adding a whole bunch of different loops, kind of looking at that going, do I want to add anything
Jen said she loves that floral ribbon.
So do I.
That's pretty.
I think I might break my promise.
Yeah, you'll probably go back and buy 2 more rolls.
I'll probably go back and buy quite a few. So I'll add some
Shirley
more.
asked, Kat, how do you take the turmeric and how much? It's
Oh.
pill form.
Yeah, let me find it. It's right there.
It's all pill form, Shirley.
Actually, I ordered off of Amazon, so this is what I get. So it's, is it there?
Yeah, they can say.
So it's Biogenics. I get it off of Amazon. It's 1,000 milligrams. So it's turmeric, which is what, curcumin with
Yeah.
bioperin.
Yeah.
So if you look, it says it's an antioxidant, joint support, liver, heart, digestive health, supports memory function and more. So it's just 2 pills. What is that? You take 1 pill 30 minutes before you eat. So I take 1 in the morning just before breakfast and 1 just before dinner, 30 minutes before. So 2 tablets daily, 30 minutes before a meal. And then that's it. So they're funky. They're like turmeric color.
Mm-hmm.
If you like curry and Indian food, that's all like natural. So feel free to just eat that like crazy. So that's going to be beneficial and good for you too.
Oh, that'd be nice, Sharon.
What's that?
She said she just had a thought she would do a swag for her friend to lay on top of her baby's headstone and
Oh,
drape it down and tie it on.
that would be really super pretty. So I'm going to let this sit, and then I'm just going to add 1 more of the floral, and then I think I'm going to call that on the ribbon. So this is a good way that you can take all those leftover ribbon pieces, because look, if I take this out and lay it end to end,
28.
yeah, it's about, 28 inches in just the funky pattern. So I'm leaving the shorter pieces on the top. So when I do my loops, this is all obviously the bottom part of my swag. So I'm kind of just doing different lengths, different sizes. And then we'll do this one again.
I think Susan said, I think she meant to say turmeric is great for inflammation.
Yes.
You can also buy it fresh and grate it into smoothies and stuff.
Yes, you can. That's why I said if you like the taste, that's usually what gives curry its
Yeah.
orange yellow color.
Yeah.
It's the turmeric.
I think ginger is kind of like that too.
Ginger's more white.
But
Looks like it looks like a garlic,
yeah.
but super, super naughty.
Yeah.
Like it has a lot of.
Kathy said turmeric is great too.
Okay.
Hey Dell, hey Gal, just joining.
This will be the last one, and then we'll add this. So I think these colors go good together. Like I said, look, this is great Mother's Day wedding. So you can do this for a wedding. Yeah. Again, so you guys are coming up with so many different keywords and tags that I hadn't even considered, like arbor decor, arch decor, or decoration. So I'm going to do my, my pipe cleaner, just because it's easier to work with. Grab my mess of ribbon and just go ahead and put this in. You can do floral wire if you'd like, doesn't matter. For me, hand-wise, it's just easier to handle a pipe cleaner. So we'll move this.
See, a student said I put turmeric on everything I cook.
Oh, that's
My daughter
really
has
good.
terrible inflammation from lying. And then she said ginger is another anti-inflammatory, as is cinnamon.
Yes. Oh my God. Try putting cinnamon on blueberries, strawberries, and raspberries in the morning. It is the bomb. It is so good.
And then Sharon asked, where did you get the rose ribbon again?
This?
The floral ribbon, yeah.
Craft Outlet?
Craft Outlet.
Yeah, because normally I put, like if I got it at the Wreath shop, I put WS. So this just tells me Craft Outlet.
Craft Outlet, Sharon.
Yeah. So we're going to take this and wrap this around. And I know you're looking at that going, I can totally see all those pipe cleaners. I have to fluff the bow. So now you start fluffing your bow. So you're going to pull your ones to the sides. I'm going to take this one and go to the bottom since it's a little longer. And start fluffing like crazy. We're going to pull these all different ways. So see, the ones that kind of cascade this way are now being utilized for the sides. So flip it over, start on this side. I think I want this one in here. Same thing with this one. Move it down.
And if you notice, she's actually not being too gentle with it. She's actually pulling it apart
Really
to get
tight.
it to where the spot she wants it to go.
Yeah, I am.
Deb said that's a good idea to mark the spools of ribbon as you get them. She'll have to start that.
Yeah, what I do is I just mark down how much it was and where I bought it from. So if I needed to, I know that there's 30 feet in here. So if it's $3 a roll, it's basically like 30 cents a foot. So if you wanted to calculate true numbers on how much you're spending on materials, that's a way to kind of help that. What do you guys think of how it looks so far?
I said, looks gorgeous.
See, look, this is perfect.
Sandra said, looks gorgeous. Susan said, so pretty. Deborah said, beautiful. I'm loving this.
It is so easy to make.
Kathy Sanala said, I use a combo ginger and turmeric tea that works great for inflammation.
Oh yeah, marshmallow tea is the bomb too for that. I have to start doing that a little bit more. I'd rather take natural supplements than...
Marshmallow is actually a root too.
Yeah, marshmallow root. It's a coater. It's for people who have, like it works really well for my icy bladder infections and stuff because it coats the inside. So we're going to take this, pull some of these over to the other side. So now we'll just take these and start doing this, and then that'll give you your arch to your bows. So if you wanted this shorter, you could make it shorter. If you wanted something that, like whoever said that they were going to be doing this for a grave headstone, it depends on how long you want your tails, but you could take it out there, you know, as you're attaching it, and either cut them longer or shorter depending upon what you like.
Sharon asked, so you think these would sell good at a craft show?
Yes.
I would take at least one, right? Take at least one with like
I would take quite a few, believe it or not. In all honesty, if I was doing a craft show, I would seriously take these to a craft show, because what ends up happening is you're showing people, right? They're like, oh, so what is that? Oh, look, it's just a lantern thing. And you're like, no, actually, if you pull it off the lantern, look, you can move the bows or the ribbon. This becomes a table runner. This becomes a wall pillar. This becomes a door swag. Just a whole bunch of different uses. So, and be cautious, because when you use them at a craft show, they'll ask, how much is it to buy it with the lantern too? So I know, I think, what is it, AC Moore sells them, and they're fairly, like, I want to say right around $10. So that's what it looks like, guys. So now what we're going to do is, remember I said 2/3 to the top, 1/3 on the bottom. So we'll come back in and adjust these. But now we need to add our wire to add it to the top. So I'm gonna use, you can go really small and go like, I think the one I'm using right now is 22 inches, just because I want it to show up on camera fairly well. So I'm going to, this is,
Sharon has asked, how would you make it so I don't have to charge so much in my area? It's a farming and hunting, fishing community, so they don't spend a lot. Just make it smaller? Probably just so make a smaller lantern.
Make it smaller, and then maybe look at where you're getting your florals. You know, when you look at a floral thing like this and it's $4, this one's actually $5, you're not going to use all of it. You might only use 3. So you're going to take that $5 and maybe break it down into a unit cost per
Stem.
Per stem. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 stems. So it's less than $1 per stem, right? Yes. And then just look for inexpensive ways that you can incorporate, like maybe not use as much ribbon, use like go to the dollar store, because like I think the dollar store has ribbon in 3-yard spools for $1, and just buy 5 of those and run the whole thing out and just make a bow with all 5 of those colors. I think there's always a way that you can find a way to make it work. So I've got to figure out where this is going to go, which is pretty much right here. So obviously I would clean this up. So I'm gonna just twist my pipe cleaner for now. So I'm going to come in here and I'm gonna attach my floral wire from here, because that'll put it,
tie it around and then,
yeah, up high enough for the whatchamacallit?
the knob.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna grab a big bunch of this, and this is why doing thicker gauge wire. I hate to put this down.
Do you want me to hold it for you?
Nah, I'm just gonna grab, trying to stick my fingers in there. So you want a pretty good chunk of your bunch, and it's not going anywhere because you have fastened it all together. So this is about 24 inches long of the wire, 22 gauge, and I'm just gonna twist this.
Sharon said, oh, thank you so much. You are so sharing. Awesome, Sharon, no problem.
Oh yeah, just start looking for affordable floral.
Yeah, Sandra said Dollar Tree has some really pretty flowers too.
They really do this year. So I have attached my floral wire here. I would leave it attached and when I create the letter that goes in the box, I tell them, look, there's going to be floral wire that's attached. If you're going to use it as a lantern swag, that's the wire you're going to attach to the knob of your lantern. If you're going to use it as a door swag, you can take it, obviously either cut it down or just loop it so that when this is sitting on a door, then they can use that as a hanger.
Right.
If they're just going to use it as a centerpiece, you can just kind of take it and fold it underneath and then utilize it for some other reason. But for this one, we are going to, I'm going to show you this from my perspective. We're going to take this. So thicker wire again works really, really well. Always make sure you check that the door opens, that you're fastening it to the right side, and that your handle is on the opposite side that you're attaching your lantern swag to. So all they're going to do is just basically take this like this. They're just going to take the lantern wire, pull it to the inside, and then technically it's fastened to, remember how I said we just want to occupy one section of the lantern, and then this is where you're going to look at this and go, okay, I can see all that. This is where you're going to start to work your lantern swag. So you're going to start to pull your ribbon and make it curl around your lantern. You can take your really long stems if you want, you know, kind of curl the bottom. If you want your spiral curls, you can spiral curl some of those.
Yeah, no, she actually took the floral wire and she attached it around a group of the bunch of the stems on the back.
Right at the very, very top. I just kind of put my finger through where the top part of my zip tie is, and I'll pull it off and show you in a second, and I'll show you where I attached it.
So she pulled it behind the bunch and tied it around the bunch, and then she tightened it up to the...
It's a bunch of something. So this is where you just start working your lantern swag to make it look really pretty. Just like so. We'll wanna, this is where I was saying you gotta be conscious that your ribbon at the bottom is going to be hanging over the floral at the very bottom. So you can cut them shorter, you can leave them longer, you can weave them into your greenery. It's entirely up to you and the look you're trying to achieve and create. Then I'm just making sure I've grabbed all my bows and I'm fluffing them all because we want it to look really pretty. Making sure, and then here's the magic of wired floral. You get to take it and you can bend them. So you can bend all your floral to arch more. You can take your floral here and you can bend your floral where you need it to go. You can bring it around the back. Remember, this is why I was telling you I had this one for, I wanted it up here.
Oh, Sharon's being super nice. She said she asked a question of someone else in another group I belong to, and she said, I do not share that info, but you can go see my live. She said, you're just so helpful, etc.
Why would I not want to? I'm like looking at that thinking.
I mean, you're in the private group, so that's the whole point, is to be able to share
Your information.
and knowledge. Yeah.
But I understand there's some people who just, you know, if they struggle to find that information on their own, they want you to struggle just like them. But
yeah, and
like,
Kat doesn't want you to struggle. That's why she's teaching you, so you guys can recreate it and make it.
hopefully. So see how we're taking that and we're backfilling this. We're taking our greenery, our florals, and we're arching that and we're curving it. So it's kind of like we're fluffing it on our door. So this is where you can look at any of this stuff, and this is where I was saying save some of your florals, save some of your greenery. So if you have an ugly spot or something that you can see and you definitely don't want that showing, you could go in there and add,
Fill it in.
yeah, your fillers.
I really like that carrot greenery. I don't know why. It really is I like the way it lays
Oh yeah.
and fills.
On this one, I think this is the reason why I picked that, is
Yeah.
because I like the cascading.
How it
Now
lays.
Hobby Lobby has one that's called Teardrop something, and it's gorgeous to work with. So I'm going to take these and just roll these up.
And you can twist them too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can, you know, I kind of like them little curly cues. You can do the exact same thing for your roses. You can arch them. Just like so. So, this is where I was saying, yeah, technically it's done, but if you had, I don't know, something you, ooh, I'm trying to think of what else, what would I add? If you wanted to add
That's
additional
smaller
roses, yeah, like the smaller buds, and I don't really have any of the smally ones, because I'm happy with the way that it's looking, but like, if you wanted to come in, like say for example, just use one of these, you could take this, you could cut down your daylily, you could kind of come in here, you know, and look for those little pockets where maybe you can see something, and then you would just basically pull this out, put a little dab of glue. I'd probably cut this all the way down like this. Watch, I'll show you exactly what I would do. So I have that. Wow. Okay. If I can get this to come far enough. So let's add a couple daylilies in here. So I'm going to come in here and I'm going to add some glue to my stem. And then I'm going to take this oh, it's just bending. Okay, so I'm going to cut this off even shorter. Just going to add this right in here. So just like that. This is where it's like using your glue gun to hide the uglies. So anywhere that you have something that you want.
Karen, you have to message me, Karen. She said, is it just me or is this view kind of hard to watch for anyone else? Because it is kind of sideways, so.
Is it?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, you have it really arched pretty good.
The only other way I could do this, Karen, to get a really good view for you guys is almost be like overhead of where Kat is and then just have it straight down.
And I think they probably prefer that.
It'd be tough to do, but I'll see if I can do better on the next live.
Just play with that a little bit
Yeah,
more?
the next private group.
Okay. So just finding little random places where you're like, oh, I wish there was a floral there, just kind of taking and finding little finger spots, but that's what I would do for those. Same thing if you have greenery and you just wanted to add a little touch of greenery somewhere, you could do it the exact same way. You could come in and, you know, if you wanted to add additional greenery, you would just go in, put a little bit of dab of glue on here, and then you're just going to attach it to your center bunch. So it's just you picking out what you like, what you prefer. And thank God, this is the reason why we use wired floral. So
Sharon also said she's got to make a wreath for a donation at a benefit next week. She had breast cancer and just operated on yesterday brain tumor cancer. What could I make her to? New baby and 4 kids. All say prayers.
you could do a lantern swag.
Or the tulip cancer.
Yeah, you could do an awareness wreath. It's entirely, I'm going to take this one out because I was like, why is that there? I was like, because I put it in there. So, hopefully.
Peggy said it's kind of hard to watch too, so yeah.
Okay. So we will look at altering the view, the whole sideways thing, and change that, because we used to do it, I think, behind and do the whole thing, but behind.
Never did it behind.
Yeah.
I did it right in the front and had it pointed straight down, but it's the opposite view.
You had one right here too.
But it's still off to one side or the other.
Okay, we'll look at that.
Yeah.
So thanks for your feedback, guys. We're always looking to find ways to improve what works for you, but can you guys see this way? How are they looking at it?
Yeah, they can see it.
Can you show me the phone?
So they're looking at it kind of like a sideways view.
Oh yeah, that's
But if I go the other way, it cuts out half the view. So we'll play with it some more, see what we can do.
Okay, yeah, because I'm looking at that going, I kind of don't like that either.
Yeah.
But we will look at that. Okay, so what do you guys think? So here's your view, and when you're taking pictures, you show it like all the way around. So you would take your photo from here. Usually what I do is do a quarter turn so that you can dress up the inside lantern if you want, put a really nice pretty, and make sure you include a disclaimer. Do not use with an open flame. So don't use a lantern that people are actually going to light, because this will all ignite. You'll take a picture of it from behind. You can do another quarter turn, making sure all your glue threads are out of the way.
Yeah, we'll take some straight photos of it and put it on the Facebook private group too.
So, and then when you're ready to take it off, so all I did is tuck my wire underneath the back. So I'm just gonna pull this off, and 1, 2, 3. You're gonna hold it from your center. There we go. And that's all I did. See, it's just secured in here. Like I took a big giant bunch and then I just tied my wire around it. And then of course I'd clean all this up so it looks.
You can lay it down straight too.
Yeah. And then now there's your view for the straight. So is there anything you can do for, like, like if you pulled the camera back right now, hold on a second, I'm gonna just have Steve play with the camera for a second. If you tilt it back this way, like lift it up, like, and just pan back so it's not directly down.
There's a lot of stuff I'd have to do.
What happens
but give me
if
a
you just-
second.
What happens if you just pull it back though? Are you shortening those
Yeah.
to go down?
Just so I can.
Hang tight.
Yeah, hang tight, guys.
So I have tightened those. Okay.
Okay.
No, just
Yeah.
leave it right there. Okay, hang on a sec. I'm looking at.
Watch your back.
Oh, I like that. Okay, do you guys think that looks better? I
No,
think
that's
so.
the old way.
This way?
Yeah, see?
Hold on.
So no.
Okay.
So now.
Give him 1 second.
Okay. Okay.
What do you guys think of that? So can you see that a little bit better? You don't need to see me so much, but that's the thing with the Mevo, is it does a wide angle. It never does things very narrow, and you can't change the width. So can they see better that way?
Yeah, you'll see it in a second. I mean, that's pretty much what it looks like now.
Oh, awesome. Okay, so do you guys like that? Thumbs up if you like that better over the other. So this is our gorgeous little swag. So I would take a picture of this on like a wooden table and put a couple plates here. But so remember to attach it to the lantern swag. I'll pull my lantern swag forward. You lift it up. Here is our wire. So we would take this, and I'm going to do it backwards so you guys can see.
Yeah,
Can you
this
see
looks
this?
better. Yeah.
Okay, so you guys can see this, right?
Yep.
So you're going to take this, and you're going to go around your knob. Can they see that?
Yep.
Okay, so we're going around the knob, and you're just going to take and wire, and then I just take these and tuck them into the front. So that's it. And then you would fluff all your stuff to make sure it looks pretty. But that's as easy as it is to take it on and take it off. There we go. So that's what it looks like. Steve's doing all the... Do you want me to go this back?
Nope, I got it.
Okay.
Okay.
So...
Now they can see you both.
Okay. Awesome. Perfect. So that's Lantern Swag 101. And see, the customer can still take this. They can use their pillar candle. Look, this is the size that I would prefer, but this is left over from Christmas. But this is where you would take pictures of your lantern, like so. So you would make sure they can see.
Right.
Disclaimer, in parentheses, bold, do not use with open flame. So can they see that?
No, you said so much better, thank you.
Okay.
Okay, so I'll have to remember this, just kind of have it closer into you and then over.
Yeah. So you can do it this way. If you were doing it for, obviously baby shower, you could put whatever you want in it. Can you hand me the eggs that are there? You could even dress this up for Easter. So there's a couple tricks you can do. Like I was playing with this earlier, so I just used this because I think I picked this one. I had this little carrot guy with the carrot.
Mm-hmm.
There's also this one that's got the little spring lantern, so it can sit up here. There's a lot of people who storyboard their lanterns, so you can put all your artificial Easter grass in there. This is, I think, what I did.
Put Easter eggs up in there.
Yeah. So I took like Easter eggs, and I had them all sitting in here. Let's take this guy out, because it'll actually fit around the base of Save Your Spools for props. And then we'll add a whole bunch of these. Just random colors.
Kat, so yeah, she said she would bring at least a couple of lantern swags right to the
Oh
show.
yeah. Yeah, I would almost
lay them out on the table.
Yep.
Have a small lantern there so you can show how they work.
I would take pictures of it, you know, being utilized as a prop.
Mm-hmm.
Like so. Let me find a green one. So let's do it this way. You can put this in here. This is where you save all of your greenery. I had this all done before. So these are how you can cheese out all your props. Okay, this one's supposed to stay in the corner, so I'll wait till I finish. I have these sitting on top. Just old rose leaves. Okay, where's the other one? There. So you can kind of take them, do whatever you want. Like if you're seasonally selling, like right now, obviously it's Easter, spring, Mother's Day.
Mm-hmm.
You can do whatever you want. Go away. Okay, let me try to close this door. So, you can do it however which way you want to advertise what this is, how it can be utilized. A lot of people are a little gun shy about buying lanterns because they don't know what to do with them besides putting stuff in them. There's people who dress this up as little fairy houses and put the little fairy lights in that are battery operated, which can all be tucked up under the hood right here. Hobby Lobby will sell these 50% off every other week. So if you go in there this week and they're not on sale, it'll mean that next week their lanterns will be on sale at half off. And I think this one was $34, but we got it for $17.
Yeah.
So, and we utilize it for everything. I have a black one and a white one.
Yep. Audrey said, so gorgeous. Thank you again for all the great tips.
You're welcome.
Sharon Worsler said, you make the whole process look so easy.
It's really not that hard.
And Sharon Bender also said, luminary candles would be beautiful.
Yes.
Look like the real flame. But that's kind of what we have, though.
Yeah, that's what this is. It's supposed to be, so it kind of flickers.
Yeah.
So you can do either or. It's entirely up to you.
Yep.
You know, whatever you would like.
Yeah.
You know, you can just, you're trying to give customers a visual idea of why would I buy that?
Mm-hmm.
Well, you could take this off and use it as a, I think the greatest use will, if it's not on the lantern swag for a wedding or a shower, or utilizing this as like your centerpiece at a barbecue or a picnic. This is a gorgeous centerpiece for a wedding.
Mm-hmm.
To put on the tables, but taking it off and using it as a runner / centerpiece will be the next biggest item. So for $47, they're getting 2 looks. They can decorate their lantern with it. They can utilize it on the door. They can use this and hang it up on a small pillar.
Yeah.
They can take and get 2 of them and put one on one side of their fireplace, the other on the other, and then have their candles above that. So you just gotta show them because they don't know. So any questions you guys have before I let you go? Tomorrow's book club, we're discussing, all of us that are talking about losing weight, come join the discussion. We're going to talk about why we are not defined by our weight and how we can get over that lie, that because society determines what it is acceptable, but it's acceptable to who. So we're going to look at that lie and how I think that is really detrimental for women. So tomorrow at 12 noon, if you want to buy the book, it's Rachel Hollis's book, Girl Wash Your Face. We're on chapter 17. So we're only going through 20. So there's just 20 lies. And I think that's about it. And then next week we're doing a beach wreath with a mermaid in it. So that one is actually new for me, but I can't wait to work on that one. So that's what we're doing next Friday.
So spin it so they can see it, and then that's one last shot.
Yep. So there you go. And that's
Awesome.
it. All right. Well, I will let you guys go. Have a great week. I will be praying for a large chunk of you because it seems like we're all going through something right now. And that's pretty much it. Have a great work week if you're working. If not, have faith. Right now in the wreathing community, it's really slow. Moms are dealing with spring break. So if you look at your social media news feeds, you'll notice that your pins are down, your monthly views on your pins are down, people aren't pinning. It's because moms are so busy with their kids right now, they don't have time to do what they normally do. So give yourself a break. Take this time, reword some of your listings, make sure your height, your dimensions are all included, and then that's pretty much it. Okay, well, have a great rest of the week, and I'll talk to you guys tomorrow at noon. Bye-bye, everyone.